sir.
Okay. So the memory organization. So the important concept under this unit are the memory hierarchy, and the next one is the cache memory and the virtual memory. Okay, and remaining also like few of the concepts which you can expect the 2 marks questions, but most important concepts are like memory hierarchy, cache memory, and the virtual memory. Okay, so here I'll start the concept, the memory hierarchy first. So actually, what is the memory? And we all know, so one of the important unit of the block diagram of computer is the memory unit. Okay, so which is used for storing the data in the form of cells or the registers, okay, or chips. So we may use different kind of things. So we know this one, the typical block diagram of a computer. Okay, so I can say, so which is having the main things for storing the data. Okay, so which will make use of the magnetic tapes or the magnetic disks or the input output processor. Okay, and the CPU and main memory and the cache memory. Okay, so what are these terms? I will discuss one by one. Okay, so the first one is to when we are going to access the data from the memory. I hope you people are having these slides with you. Okay, so which I shared in the Google Classroom. So when we are going to store any data or when you are trying to retrieve any data from the CPU or any data from the memory, the best thing we can see is if we use which type of uh, storage location, we can retrieve the data fast. Okay, so we'll have many things. These are all different aspects of the computer. Everyone, everything will be here is used for storing the data. Main memory will store the data, cache memory will store, and magnetic tapes will store the data. Magnetic disk will store the data, and register also will be used for storing the data. But our goal is to identify if I use based on our convenient and based on our program type. If I use which memory, then it will give the fast access to the user. So we need to identify that. The main goal of that memory hierarchy is that identify the fast memory. Okay, so it may be either top to bottom or bottom to top. I identify the large storage capacity. So if your program is very lengthy and you want to store more amount of the data, obviously we will go for the more storage space. Or if your program is very less and you want to access within fraction of seconds, again we will go with the less amount of the storage space. So instead of going for the more amount of space. So that is one thing we will consider when we are dealing with the memory. So are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just when we are storing or when we are writing programs, which type of memory we need to select. So if you know the different types of memory, then only we can select the memory type. So that memory type will be explained in the form of the memory hierarchy. So what are the various memories are available, we need to know first. Okay, so based on that we can figure it out, so which one I can use and all. Fine. So here I'm going to share one more. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Memory organization, can you list out the slide I changed? You are able to see, right?
Yeah, sir. We are able to see.
Okay, so what is there on the screen?
Memory hierarchy.
Okay, so the memory hierarchy is to obtain the highest possible access speed while minimizing the total cost of the memory system. So the thing is, top down and bottom up approaches too you will have. Okay, when you are going from the bottom to top, the storage space will decrease. When you are coming from the top to bottom, the storage space will increase. Okay, are you able to see the diagram? Register, cache memory, main memory, magnetic disk, and magnetic tape is there in the form of pyramid. Are you able to see
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I am talking
Yes, sir.
about
We are listening.
memory hierarchy. So here we have first register, which is having the faster access, and then coming to the cache memory. So the cache memory will have the more accessing speed when compared to the main memory, and the main memory will have the more accessing speed when compared to the magnetic disk, and followed by the magnetic tape. Okay, and when you are coming to the storage space, magnetic tape will store more amount of the data. That's what the rectangle is big. Okay, and then magnetic disk will store the less amount of the data when compared to the magnetic tape. So in this approach, when we are going from the bottom to top, so it is decreasing storage space. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. We are clear, sir.
When you are coming from the top to bottom, what it is doing? From register to the magnetic tape, what it is doing? It is increasing the storage space. So whenever we have with this kind of scenario, if you want to access data with high speeds, whether you will go with the register or magnetic tape.
We'll go with the register, sir.
Register will have the high speed access. Okay, and the magnetic tape will have the low speed low data access rate. Why? Because huge amount of the data is there. We need to perform search. We need to search the data from that. And whereas in case of register, less amount of the data is there. Quickly we can get and we can access the data. So that is the advantage if you use the register high speed and if you use the magnetic tape low speed. Okay, so these things we need to explain in the memory hierarchy. Okay, so the magnetic tapes and magnetic disks are there, and the main memory is there, cache memory, CPU and the IO processor. And what are the behavior? What is the behavior when we are going from the top to bottom or bottom to top? What are the things it is affecting? So it is affecting the storage requirements and the performance. Okay, in terms of accessing data accessing rates, isn't it? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
You have any queries in this?
So once again, you can go.
Once again,
You can explain it, sir. It was not clear.
which one? Either register. So just we need
Register,
to
sir.
concentrate two things. Okay, first when we are dealing with the memory hierarchy, so we need to concentrate on the type of storage device which we are using. That is the first thing. And the second one is, so if you want to increase the performance of a system, which storage device you need to use? Either it may be register, or it may be cache, or it may be main memory, or the disk, or the tape. Okay, so this overview the memory hierarchy will give, and the main things we need to consider in this is the register will have the higher access rates and high performance. Why? Because it is holding less amount of the data, so we can get the data easily. And keep on, if you are going to the cache memory and main memory, the storage space will get increased. Okay, and the performance also will reduce. Why? Because data is more, and we need to search the data from the available data, that more data, I mean. So it is just like going to some room and getting the item easily, if you have any idea. And if you have 100 rooms, and if you want to search one item, we don't know in which room that item is there. Randomly we will go here and there, and finally we will take that item. Okay, the memory is also like that only. It will have the cells. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Register is like simple one room and you are going to get the stuff. And magnetic tape is like 100 rooms and you are going to you are going to get one item from that 100 rooms, and you don't know where the item is. So it will take more time, obviously. So that is the pyramid, the memory hierarchy pyramid.